He began babbling, whispering to unseen spirits, looking up at the sky and raising his arms to God. "Speak!" the Camerlegno yelled to the heavens. "Yes, I hear you." In that moment, Langdon understood. His heart dropped like a rock. Vittoria apparently understood too. She went white. "He's in shock," she said. "He's hallucinating. He thinks he's talking to God." Somebody's got to stop this, Langdon thought. It was a wretched and embarrassing end. Get this man to a hospital. Below them on the stairs, Chinita Makri was poised and filming, apparently having located her ideal vantage point. The images she filmed appeared instantly across the square behind her on media screens. Like endless drive-in movies all playing the same grisly tragedy? The whole scene felt epic. The Camerlegno, in his torn cassock, with the scorched brand on his chest, looked like some sort of battered champion who had overcome the rings of hell for this one moment of revelation. He bellowed to the heavens. Ti sento, Dio. I hear you, God. Chartrand backed off, a look of awe on his face. The hush that fell across the crowd was instant and absolute. For a moment it was as if the silence had fallen across the entire planet. Everyone in front of their TVs rigid, a communal holding of breath. The Camerlegno stood on the stairs, before the world, and held out his arms. He looked almost Christ-like, bare and wounded before the world. He raised his arms to the heavens and, looking up, exclaimed, "Grazie. Grazie, Dio." The silence of the masses never broke. "Grazie, Dio." The Camerlegno cried out again. Like the sun breaking through a stormy sky, a look of joy spread across his face. "Grazie, Dio." "Thank you, God?" Langdon stared in wonder. The Camerlegno was radiant now, his eerie transformation complete. He looked up at the sky, still nodding furiously. He shouted to the heavens, "Upon this rock I will build my church." Langdon knew the words, but he had no idea why the Camerlegno could possibly be shouting them. The Camerlegno turned back to the crowd and bellowed again into the night. Upon this rock I will build my church. Then he raised his hands to the sky and laughed out loud. Grazie, Dio. Grazie. The man had clearly gone mad. The world watched, spellbound. The culmination, however, was something no one expected. With a final joyous exultation, the Camerlengo turned and dashed back into St. Peter's Basilica. (118) 11:42 p.m. The frenzied convoy that plunged back into the basilica to retrieve the Camerlengo was not one Langdon had ever imagined he would be part of, much less leading. But he had been closest to the door and had acted on instinct. He'll die in here, Langdon thought, sprinting over the threshold into the darkened void. Camerlengo. Stop. The wall of blackness that hit Langdon was absolute. His pupils were contracted from the glare outside, and his field of vision now extended no farther than a few feet before his face. He skidded to a stop. Somewhere in the blackness ahead, he heard the Camerlengo's cassock rustle as the priest ran blindly into the abyss. Vittoria and the guards arrived immediately. Flashlights came on, but the lights were almost dead now and did not even begin to probe the depths of the basilica before them. The beams swept back and forth, revealing only columns and bare floor. The Camerlengo was nowhere to be seen. Camerlengo. Chartrand yelled, fear in his voice. Wait. Signore. A commotion in the doorway behind them caused everyone to turn. Chinita Macri's large frame lurched through the entry. Her camera was shouldered, and the glowing red light on top revealed that it was still transmitting. Glick was running behind her, microphone in hand, yelling for her to slow down. Langdon could not believe these two. This is not the time. Out. Chartrand snapped. This is not for your eyes. But Macri and Glick kept coming. Chinita. Glick sounded fearful now. This is suicide. I'm not coming. Macri ignored him. She threw a switch on her camera. The spotlight on top glared to life, blinding everyone. Langdon shielded his face and turned away in pain. Damn it.